finish. If a picture is worth 1,000 words, this is one stunning picture.
Honorary B is full up, now second on the outside. They're coming down the line. 1,000 words has done it.
Hello everybody, Mike Welsch coming to you from right now very sunny Churchill Downs with the Daily Racing Form Kentucky Derby Workout Report brought to you by Spendthrift Farm, the home of Into Mischief, who will be looking to sire his third Kentucky Derby winner with Sun Thunder, Rocket Cannon, perhaps Cyclone Mischief, all offspring of Into Mischief in this year's Derby field, or hoping to get into Cyclone Mischief anyway, hoping to get in this year's Derby field. It was a pink morning at Churchill Downs today with 10 potential Oak starters, all working within about a 12-minute window during the 7:30 to 7:45 special training session here this morning. But it was also a sad morning too, as Wild on Ice suffered a very serious-looking injury, pulling up at the end of his what was to be his final Kentucky Derby workout. He went 5 furlongs and 101 and 3, but then pulling up, he was in distress. He was vanned off, sent to Lexington for some further evaluation, and at this point, that's the last that we know of his status. But again, put a damper on everything that went on here this morning. During the break, like I said, horses were flying by the wire, one after another, mostly in teams, as we saw at least 8 confirmed starters for the Oaks and 2 others who are looking to get in. And I'll go through them quickly in pretty much the order that they went. The first worker was South Lawn for trainer Norm Cassidy. Came off a very, very fast work here last week. Went an easy half mile. I had her in 48.4, galloped out in 1:02 and 1. Pretty much a maintenance move after a very, very quick one last week. Todd Pletcher sent out the team of Gambling Girl, who was in the lineup, and Julia Shining, who I think needs 2 more defections to get into the Derby field. They went in company. Julia Shining actually broke a couple of lengths behind Gambling Girl. They got to the wire on even terms, going easily. Gambling Girl maybe had her ahead in front, nearest the inside. As a result of breaking a couple behind, Julia Shining got a faster time, 49 and 2. On my watch, Gambling Girl 49 and 4. They galloped out in 102 and 3 and 103 respectively. I thought Gambling Girl was a little bit better on the gallop out, and Julia Shining did not work in blinkers. She did work in blinkers in her last start. Trainer Tom Amos had Hoosier Philly out there today. I think she's also still looking to get in. She won a half in 48 and 3 off a fast one that I saw here about 6 days ago, galloped out in 101 and 4. Mark Cassidy had Wonder wheel out, the reigning 2-year-old filly champion. We noted yesterday she kind of got a little rambunctious doing a regular gallop, ran off and went about 36 and 3 and galloped out at about, or was eased up at about 50 as a prelude to her work this morning. She had Joel Rosario aboard and went very quick. She's a quick worker. She went in 47 and 2, had a galloping out in 1 minute and 3/5. Went quick early, looking she got a little bit tired at the end, but was not asked for her best coming to the wire. Trainer Brendan Walsh set out Pretty Mischievous in company with stablemate Gilmore. They won a half in 47 and 4. Tyler Gaffalione was aboard Pretty Mischievous, who had her head in front at the end. I had 23 and 3 for the final quarter, and I thought she galloped out really well. She drew off about 4 lengths on her workmate, galloping out into the turn. Flying Connection also worked in company, reported final time of 1 minute and 3/5. I did not get to see this whole work. Like I said, there was just too much to see going on all at the same time. I did have her the final quarter in 24 and 1 and galloping out in about 13 seconds into the turn, going the easiest of that team. Trainer Brad Cox sent out a pair of teams with 3 potential or 3 confirmed starters for the Oaks. The first team was the Alley's Look and Wet Paint. They went out very willingly. I had them a half mile, from the half mile in 48 and 2, and then going out a full 5/8 in 101, both going easily. I thought Alley's Look was asked a little bit more on the gallop out, but pretty much an even pace work for those 2. And also Botanical, I thought maybe it was the most impressive work of this morning. What was stablemate Flashy Jet? Flashy Jet snakes place on the synthetic surface, and is a very good workhorse. She helped Botanical along. Botanical has never run on dirt. She sure looked good on the dirt this morning. I had her 5 furlongs from the half in 1 minute and 2/5. She broke about a length and a half behind Flash and Gem. They finished pretty even, and then they galloped out really well. I had 13-3 for Botanical, and then out a full 7/8 and 128 had Chris Landaros aboard. And Brad Cox, I haven't talked to him yet. I'm very happy with the way she's been training now on the dirt in preparation for the Oaks. So that was about it. I think that was all 10 of them. Also looking at briefly at some of the Derby horses that they were galloping. It was hard to get a good look at them this morning with all the activity and all the workouts focused on the Oaks. But earlier, Angel of Empire I thought looked really good this morning. Trainer Brad Cox always sends him out early. He sent 3 of his 4 Derby horses early because he needed those riders during for the workouts a little later on. But I thought Angel of Empire looked terrific today. And trainer Todd Pletcher said his 4 potential Derby contenders to the starting gate for schooling. Major Duke now only 2 spots away from getting in the Derby, but all 4 of them, Tappet, Trice, Forte, all of the King's Barnes, they were all at the gate, stood in the gate. I don't think they broke through the gate, but broke out of the gate, but they did stand over there for a while to get some schooling in. So that's pretty much a synopsis of today's activity. Now there's rain in the forecast starting later this afternoon and into Friday. We did see a lot of works this morning. I think trainers, just the general population, some trainers already adjusting their schedules, thinking that there may be a wet track tomorrow and move their works up a day. Trainers Todd Pletcher and Brad Cox right now, though, looks like they're going to work on Saturday, all their Derby horses Saturday. If we don't get the rain today that they're predicting, then perhaps we'll see at least the Todd Pletcher group out there tomorrow. I think trainer Brad Cox is committed to work on Saturday. So keep it right here. There's still a lot more activity to come, especially on the Kentucky Derby front. And again, for the best coverage of Kentucky Derby 2023, keep it right here at DRF.com.